Welcome to my YouTube video focusing on the element of art line. This is a beginner lesson. You'll need paper and pencil, and a ruler is optional. Let's have some fun.
Hi everybody, it's Laura Houston, and I hope that you watched the screencast on the element of art line. And what I'm going to do right now, this will be the beginner's sketching, focusing on the element of art line. So this goes with the beginner screencast. So first of all, we saw something like this in the slideshow that I talked about, and how you can use lines to shade parts of your drawing by going from light to dark. So right now I'm going to focus on this first column of squares. So the first part up here I'm going to leave white. That's the lightest part. And then here I'm just going to start adding some lines. And maybe I'll have some go this way. Okay, so it's just starting to get darker. And then here I'm going to make the lines closer together, because what I eventually want is for each box to get darker. And notice I'm not trying to be perfect. And as I keep drawing lines, I'm going to start drawing the lines harder with my pencil. I'm going to press down harder because that will also make the area appear darker. So as you look at these, you should see these boxes looking darker. I'm going to add even more lines. So we want the boxes going from light to dark and even more. I'm pushing hard with my pencil now. I'm going to overlap even more. I'm going to overlap this way. And let's keep going. So look how light it is up here. A little darker, getting darker. Now I'm just really going to lay it on thick. Notice I'm not using a ruler. That's not important right here. The important part is that we're shading. And I just want you to think about when you are drawing your own picture, you don't need to just shade by drawing a solid color in with your crayon. It's more interesting, I think, to use lines. This is called cross-hatching in art. Now this last box, this is going to be my darkest box yet. So I'm going to just layer it and layer it and layer it with line upon line upon line. And let's see if I can make this the darkest box of all. Okay, good. How's that? Going from light to dark. Now let's try this. Let's do something different here. I remember in the slideshow we saw something that looked like Z's. I think I'm gonna draw X's, like maybe small X's. So I'll just put a few X's here. And then I'm gonna put more X's in. I want the boxes to look a little darker. And then I'll add more X's. I don't know if any of you are left-handed like I am, but sometimes what happens is you can see I put my hand on what I've already written, and sometimes I end up smudging my work. But that's okay. We can go back and erase. See, I'm doing some more X's. Notice how it's going from light to dark. I'm going to put even more in here. It takes a little bit longer when you do something like X's or plus signs or little pattern lines like this. But it does give an interesting effect in the end. And I'm going to start filling in these extra spaces. See, you can tell it's going from light to dark. And now I think with this one, I'm going to press even harder with my pencil. And I will have to start overlapping in order to make them look even darker and more shaded. Get some of these open spaces right here. And then the last section, here we go. Let's see, I'm gonna hold my paper with this hand. Sometimes it's better when you have a dull pencil if you want to shade and make the darks heavy, the lines, I'm sorry, you make the lines heavy and dark. Sometimes a really sharp pencil makes real fine lines. And for this purpose, you can even trade pencils in between too if you want to. And here we go. I think that looks pretty good because remember, my goal was to show going from light to dark. And I think that's something that you could probably try on your own. Now, one more fun thing that we could try. What if we try using lines to shade or put pattern on this guy's clothing, okay? So if I wanted to start with his shirt, I would put some lines going this way. Let's see. I'll put some lines going across his shirt like this. Because remember, we're focusing on the element of art line, and we're noticing how line can enhance your drawing. And I think what I would do is, maybe put some lines going down here. Like this. Then if we want to make it even more interesting, and I'm not going to color all of this in, we could put like a checker pattern here. These are more lines. These are horizontal lines. So notice how I'm filling every other one like a checkerboard. You could keep going with that. You don't have to put horizontal lines in here. You could draw anything that you wanted to. And, if we wanted to put, what if we wanted to put more horizontal lines on his shorts? You can kind of color this in. I'm going to make dark and shaded. And notice that I'm curving these lines a little bit too. Shading them in. I'll do one more over here. And match it on the other leg over here. And if we wanted to make that plaid, we could draw some lines like that to make plaid. And there you have it. So today we focused on a little drawing lesson using line to enhance our drawings. And think about some other things in your house that you can draw and focus on the element of art line. Thank you.
If you want to learn more, click on the link in the description below the video. As always, I'd love to see your art, and I might feature it in one of my upcoming videos. Thanks for watching!